How would you summarize then our purpose of being here? Then in
Yeah.
relation to what you just said as well, because obviously that's a clear part of us being here, and also that there is a veil and almost
Yes.
like a disconnection from source.
It's not, yeah,
That
we're not
it
actually
feels like
disconnected.
from
Yeah. We feel
no, but it
disconnected.
feels that
Yeah.
way because
It's an apparent,
yeah, we feel
separation. Yeah, actually it's an extremely separate feeling. This is the most, if we make a spectrum, we're like super far out on the spectrum right now with how separate we feel. And that's unusual. But anyway, so to your question, so the purpose, if we had to summarize it at a very high level, I feel the best way to put it is the purpose of this physical universe is to participate in the expansion of love and joy, which is the process of evolution, through choice making in this rich context. So we have this rich context of duality, and we get to make choices every day, wield intent. We get to use intention. And the intent is the most important thing. The choices happen from intent. It feels like our choice is what we're intending, but really intent, what I mean is the real why, the real deepest why we're making the choices we're making. That's that's what I'm talking about. We get to then experience exactly what it's like to live life with that deepest why. How does life respond to us? How do the people around us respond to us? How does our biology respond to us? How does society, whatever? How do our own what thoughts arise? It's such a rich context. What beliefs do we buy into? And then how do we experience the reality based on those beliefs? We see, the physical universe is like a mirror, a giant mirror that allows us to see exactly what we believe and what we intend. And so we're having a very true experience to who we really are, when we're this constrained, and this is a super, super, super constraining experience. I can't stress that enough. It's not that yes, we have a lot of fear. We have a long way to go. It's not that we are not powerful beings. It's that we've signed up for a very, very challenging game of being human. And the richness of this context and this contrast permits a very precious and valuable expansion of being, an expansion of love and joy. So we're here to actualize love and grow towards love. That's the simplest way to put it.
yeah. Why then do you feel or think that people like yourself have had these experiences, these memories, and had the opportunity to have these realizations of who we truly are?
I'm not special at all.
Yeah.
It's just that, okay, so first of all, we are totally permitted to do whatever we'd like with this playground. There's no real rule that says you can't remember. It's just that there's a ridiculous vibrational distance between there and here. And so the veil is actually very additive because it allows the development of an independent portion of the self, an independent personality that can grow on its own without past memory influence. But it's still the same I that's operating through that character, and that's very helpful. Now, I'm still very much veiled. I'm very thankful that I am. I mean, it sounds like I shared a lot, but to me, it's just the tiniest little tip of the iceberg, and I'm super veiled. And I'm thankful that I am. Veiling is very much necessary in a way because, well, there's a few reasons. One of which is it protects us from homesickness, because we would be so homesick if we remembered the totality of what we are and where we come from that we wouldn't be able to focus here. And it also helps us to focus in a very practical way, because if you had full conscious access to the rest of your being and to other reality systems, you wouldn't very well get up, be able to get up and go to work, or eat your cereal, put gas in the car, that kind of thing. And it also allows us to be deeply, this is important, is that the veil allows us to be deeply, deeply this human character. Like, our earth is where you can come. If you want to come and be the human, like all the way, man, then this is how we do it. This deep of a veil allows us to be completely, like, if you want to have the perspective of being the human, this is what you got to do. You got to be the human all the way. And then later, of course, you will remember all of the rest of what you are as well. But wow, what an experience to be able to operate from such a deeply convincing, human vantage point. That's a powerful opportunity.
Yeah, for sure. It makes me consider as well in this work that it can be very easy to be chasing getting beyond the veil and then using
Yes.
that to avoid the very things that
Yeah,
we need to
absolutely.
overcome in our
It's
life.
funny you say that because when I first started having these experiences, I definitely felt that. Like, oh my gosh, all I want to do now is go out of body. Yeah, that's not what we're here to do. So I have felt very intuitively guided back to the physical, and actually, I've practiced during certain times. I practice less meditation because I feel it's helpful to like get deeper into into the human character, like to lose
Right.
myself again, actually, into the story of Christian, which isn't really who I am, but to lose myself in the story can be helpful because there's opportunity. There's so much opportunity here. Like we come here for a purpose. So it is so precious to be able to use, yes, this human experience in front of us right now while it's here. It's not a big mistake. It's a huge opportunity. In fact, being human is like such a precious gift. It's so precious. It's such a valuable, sought after opportunity. So, and here you are, here you are today. We get to use this day however we wish. That's an incredible opportunity. Yeah, the opportunity is
Mm.
here with how we meet our lives right now in the small things, the simplest things. It doesn't have to be a huge, complex endeavor. Like, just how do you respond to the person next to you today? How do you brush your teeth? What's your relationship with, your pet? Whatever, whatever small way, that is the powerful stuff. As humans, we tend to get really lost in the human content drama. We think a lot about how are the props on the stage arranged today. We get really upset about how the props are arranged, but we don't need to worry about that. What we need to do is simply meet our own experience the very best we can, bring love into our own lives, into our own experience in whatever small way we can, meet our own fear. That is a part of the great solution. It's very powerful. So I went on a tangent there, but that's what your
Mm.
comment reminded me of, the value of here.
Yeah, no, 100. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And